What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick from WK-Pop, and I want to welcome you to the first video of the year in a brand new series where I said I was going to be talking about, stuff going on in K-pop news and other sorts of things that, people have, or you would be interested in hearing what I have to say. So for the first video, we're going to cover something that is not going to be particularly controversial, but there are some very, very interesting things outlined in this article from Soompi, which is talking about which is covering some companies' plans for 2016. So there's a lot of companies to cover, lots of things planned in the coming year. So we're going to get into it and just highlight the things that I think are quite important or stand out. So let's get it started with the first company we're talking about, which is Big Hits Entertainment. And of course, BTS is the only group from that company. And instead of, debuting a brand new group this year, which they definitely would have the resources and the funds at this point to do that, they're going to focus on promoting BTS even more. They are going to expand BTS's, impact globally and internationally. They are already like an international, phenomenon. They are becoming, an iconic K-pop group at this point. And what they're focusing on is spreading them even more. It means more group activities, more solos, potentially even more solo activities, more subunit activities, and just getting this group and the members into just about everything that they possibly can in order to promote that group and get them more out into, people's attention and stuff like that, and spread that group and make them the most popular boy group in K-pop. And I definitely do think that that is a good move from the company. Instead of debuting another group and having to, focus resources on that, they get to focus on BTS and making that group into an absolute unstoppable K-pop juggernaut. And that's going to set this company up really, really well for in the future. Moving from Big Hit, we're going to talk about Starship, who's going to be debuting a brand new girl group in March called Cosmic Girls. Monsta X, who debuted last year and is actually really, really popular, has quite the following from their debut, is planning on Korean and Chinese promotions as well, because you got to cash in on that huge Chinese market out there, grab some cash from them, because they are very, very passionate about the K-pop, as you know. We got Boyfriend, who is planning some, of course, domestic, naturally, and also international promotions, which I would assume when they mean international, I mean Japan, because that's like the only country that companies make releases in that are foreign. And then if you've got solo performances or solo performers releasing music consistently throughout the year, the one that I'm super excited for, I guess, is Yu Sung-woo, I believe. He's really awesome, so they'll be doing that as well. Starship, movement from Starship, we're talking about Star Empire, the super, super shady company, who's going to be debuting a brand new boy group called Infact, which their name is super weird and dumb, but hey, that's the thing. But their teasers that I've seen are really, really interesting. We'll see exactly what they've got going. And Star Empire said, or it's rumored, that they're going to be devoting like all of their resources on Infact to, get them to promote multiple times this year, which is obviously going to hurt the groups that are associated with that company, which I believe is Nine Muses and Zaya. So that kind of sucks, but that's the way it goes. We talked about some small groups, now it's time to talk about the big groups in K-pop, the big juggernauts with the resources, with a bunch of groups, which means that they have got some extensive plans. First off, we're talking about SM Entertainment, and they're going to be debuting a brand new boy group from, of course, their SM rookie pool, which is super, super exciting. We've got a solo for Ryuwook, or what? Damn it, I just butchered his name, didn't I? Ryuwook, I don't know specifically. Korean's hard sometimes. From Super Junior is supposed to be having a solo debut, which is exciting. Amber from FX is going to be making a solo comeback, which is really, really interesting to see what that is all about. And of course, the rest of their groups are going to be having, group activities as well as other solo activities as well. So it's really, really interesting as more details get revealed to see when those are all going to happen and, what further details and stuff is going to be. Moving from SM to FNC Entertainment, they're going to be debuting their first ever dance group called Neo School. And that's interesting. They'll be joining AOA as the only, idol style group in FNC, which is very, very interesting. And since we talked about AOA, that's a perfect transition into basically covering AOA going hard in 2016, they're going to be promoting heavily as a group, as soloists, and as subunits as well, with AOA Black being rumored as making a comeback sometime in 2016. So it's really, really exciting for me because I like the band version of AOA much more than the idol version of AOA as of right now. I like the idol version of AOA, but it's gotten a bit old in my opinion, and I would like to see the band make a comeback. But that's super exciting. And then of course the rest of their groups are planning on, their various activities as well, because they're successful, so they have to make at least one release every single year. Moving from FNC to YG, who is going to release all of their music at the end of the year, probably because that's the way YG does, and he just likes to delay stuff. But Winner is the only group that has a confirmed comeback, which I believe is January 11th in Korea, which is over a year after their first or their previous release, which people are super excited about that. Big Bang and iKON are going to be touring in Japan. Akdong Musician and Lee High, after some very, very extensive time away from the music scene, are supposedly preparing for their comebacks. Lee High has been rumored, or has been revealed to be working with High Ground, which is Tableau's sub-label under YG, since I think the middle of last year or something, so that's not really too much new news, but there you go. The big news, though, I guess you can say, is that the rest of the members of 21 minus CL have not specifically renewed their contracts with YG Entertainment, so that's disappointing in a way for a lot of people. Actually, not in a way, it definitely is disappointing for a lot of people. Who knows what's going to happen with that, but we do know that CL has resigned, so CL is still a thing in K-pop. And to round out the interesting news is that this new girl group that's been rumored to have been debuted since about 2012 is still unconfirmed. So who knows if that's ever going to happen. But, it's typical for YG, I guess you can say, to delight. But 3 years, YG, that's way too long. We're working on 4 years since this group's been rumored. We're going to finish off the big name companies with JYP. And as expected, all of their groups are going to be releasing music over the new year. Wonder Girls is the big one that is released, that's planning on at least one to come back this year, which is really, really exciting because, the veteran group made a comeback, and it's kind of like, is this just going to be a one-off thing, or are they like officially back? So they are officially back. Unfortunately for a lot of people, the fact that there is zero talk of Miss A doing anything over the year is a bit disappointing, but it's just the start. Details are yet to be completely revealed, so we will find out more as the year goes on. So that's really the only big news and unexpected, big, interesting stuff from JYP. So we're going to finish it off with two companies. The first off is Cube, who is going to be debuting a brand new boy group called Pentagon, which is their first. Well, obviously, with their last boy group that they debuted was B2B in 2012. So that's really, really exciting and interesting to see how that goes as well. Cube debuted CLC last year, who are of course planning on making more releases coming up in the new year as well. And as expected for the rest of their groups, they have got group activities as well as solo activities planned for the entire year. More details, of course, will come out as we get nearer to those, release dates. 4 Minute is the upcoming one with a brand new song that has been written and produced by Skrillex. So that's pretty exciting. And we're going to finish it off. The last company is Pledis, who is going to be is planning a comeback for Newest in Korea, which is super exciting. Newest is hit or miss with their releases, so I've found I like them quite a lot, and it's really, really interesting and exciting to see that they are coming back. 17 is planning to have 2 comebacks in 2016, so that is a very clear indication of where the company's focus is on 17, which is currently the group that is like the most popular. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Orange Caramel is planning something to be released in the year with a new concept, which is interesting to see, to think about what exactly are they going to do. The only news about After School, unfortunately for all of you, is that they're planning solo activities, which who knows what solo activities specifically mean. That could mean like acting or whatever, or, variety shows, whatever sorts of stuff, not specifically music related. So After School solo activities, not specifically music. Really, really disappointing. It seems that After School is still locked in the dungeon that is under the FNC Entertainment building, apparently. So, yes, it looks like it's going to be an exciting, busy year for 2016. Of course, every year is very, very busy in K-pop. So those are just some of the companies. We don't have, of course, I don't have any information on what's new, what other companies are planning, but it is definitely, there's some very, very interesting and exciting things coming up in the future. So I want to know what you think. What are you excited for? What are you looking forward to from these specific companies that I talked about, as well as other companies and other groups that weren't specifically mentioned in this Soompi article? So let me know all of the stuff that you're thinking in your mind about this in the comment box below. You can follow me on social media. I got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and a bunch more. There's links to all my profiles in the description box below. So if you want to click on those and give me a follow, I would really, really appreciate that. So that is going to be it for this video. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.